Hello you guys, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing amazing. I am doing great, I thank God. And thank you so much for tuning into this video. Of course, you're here watching this video because you need to know more information about this. Thank you so much. As you can read from the title, I'm gonna take you guys through the ways of getting visa here in Qatar. It's a most frequently asked question that some of you have been asking me. I have not been giving you information about it because I had not done enough research. So now I'm here with the research, and it has a lot of details. So listen keenly, watch again and again until you understand, and also watch the video until the end, because every point that I'll point out matters. So I'll be reading everything here, because if it comes to something that I need to give you information, I need to be sure and I need to give you all the details. So I know this video will benefit most of you. So before we continue, you can like this video, and also if you feel like you just want to wait until it ends so that you can decide, I promise you'll like the video. So let's jump ahead to the video. So now, when it comes to get a visit visa here in Qatar, some of you want to come and visit Qatar. Some of you want to come just to get an access and then later change your visas to working visas. Yes, that is possible. You can get this visit visa, come here, and then when you're here, use the time to get a sponsor, or use the time to get a job which can sponsor you and change your visa from a visit visa to a working visa. That is really possible. So now there are two ways. Number one is a tourist visa, and number two is a family visa. I'll be explaining both types of visas with all the details needed, and so stay tuned in. Take a pen, write it down, do your own research. Even before we continue, do your own research, see if I mentioned everything, and if you still have a question, you can ask me in the comment section. If I can answer, I will answer you. If I cannot, I will guide you and direct you to where you can get more information. So now let's start with the tourist visa. By tourist visa, the number one thing that you're supposed to do is go to the website of the visa issuing in Qatar, and they will give you a form to fill, and you're supposed to fill this form online. So once you're done filling the form online, the form looks like this. And once you're done filling the form online, the next thing that you should do is make sure that you have all the requirements needed. So now I'll be reading for you guys the requirement, explaining the one that needs to be explained so that you can be ready for that. So number one is to complete the online form. I have said that. And now for the requirements is when you're filling this form, you'll be required to have some documents that you have to upload on the form. So number one is a round trip ticket. This is a ticket that shows that you are coming, and the day that you are going back. This is to assure them that you're not coming here to stay. You are coming here just to visit, and then you leave on a specific date. Of course, you have planned your things out. You have planned your dates out. So attach your ticket, to and fro ticket, and the other one is a bank statement, proof of fund. They also require that here, but in most cases you'll find that in only tourists visa will be required to have a proof of fund or a bank statement. Stick around to check what they require in the family visa. So another thing that you have to have is a valid passport. For a valid passport, I mean the traveling passport, the international passport, and you must make sure that it is not expiring anytime in the next 6 months. Okay, that is something else. And another thing that you will require is the passport pictures. The passport pictures that we take, the digital pictures. You have to upload that one also. And the other thing that you should do is pay online. When it comes to pay, you would be required to pay 100 Qatar riyals for the visa. 100 Qatar riyals. Please do your own calculations with you convert it to your home money and see how much is that. And you're also, when you're paying this, you are required to pay it with cards, a MasterCard or a Visa, and even other cards. They will give you the options that you can use. So when you pay, it's now when you submit. So when you have completed that process, the other thing that you should know is that you are only required to stay here with a tourist visa for up to 30 days. And in case you have overstayed, maybe you have finished your 30 days and you have overstayed, there will be charges up to 200 per day. So if you stay a day, it charges you 200. If you stay another day, every single day you'll have to pay for 200. So that is the most important information that you need to know. Once you have done all this, of course they will send you the visa, and you can travel because you have everything required. It sounds very easy, but also it's very important for you to know that you have to have all the documents, and it's not easy for everyone. Okay, so yeah, that is number one. All I have to do is to give you information, and then I wish you guys the best. So the other type of visit visa that you can get, which has more details, is the family visa. So when it comes to the family visa, first of all, you have to have a family that is here, that is inviting you. And if you have, it is so easy for you, because if you have a family, there's nothing much needed for you, the traveler. A lot is being done here by the person who is living here in Qatar, by the person who is inviting you. So you can be invited if you are the spouse, if you are the kid of the person here, or if you are a parent, you can be invited here. So it's not a lot for you to worry about, because for you as a traveler, you don't have a lot to do, but still there are some things that you will do. So for the family, if you are watching this and you are a family member that wants to invite people here, you should know that qualifications for you to invite someone, it's not everyone who can invite someone. Like in my position, I cannot invite anyone because I don't have the requirements needed. But there are some requirements that you need to have for you to invite someone, which are: you must have a residence permit or an ID card, the one that you have here in Qatar. That one is guaranteed, you must have it. And number two is your professional requirements should be achieved. You can only invite people if you are a technical or in a specialized, job position. By this I mean somebody like a contractor cannot invite anyone, a laborer cannot invite anyone. But if you have a specialized job or a technical job, you can invite someone. Okay, let me just mention some people who cannot invite people. Drivers cannot invite people, delivery boys cannot invite people, security guards cannot invite people, cleaners, you cannot invite anyone. But if you are a doctor, if you are a nurse, if you are an engineer, if you are an IT guy, this one you can, depending on the position. Again, confirm your position first before you go ahead and try to get the visa. Another thing is the salary requirement. You must have 10,000 Qatar riyals for you as your salary, or have 7,000 being included that you are living in a company's accommodation, or rather the company is paying for your accommodation. That is the amount of money that you must have: 10,000 and above Qatar riyals, or 7,000 and living in a company's accommodation. That means this 7,000 can satisfy you because you're not paying for the accommodation. You get the point? So that is the other thing that hinder many people from bringing people here. Obviously, my salary has not gotten to 10,000, so I cannot bring anyone. However, since 9th November last year, they are only considering people with 15,000 and above, and this is because they want to reduce the number of people coming here due to the to Corona that is everywhere. So they want to reduce that by setting a higher salary amount that could bring people here. That is another thing that you should know. But I don't know how long this will take. But also, if you are having just 10,000, you can try your luck. You can give your reasons, and they might consider you. Don't give up. Don't give up. So now for the family visa, let's say they have applied for the visa online and now they have gotten the visa. So now there's some things that you should do when you're here. Is number one, undergo medical test. You must undergo medical test. Okay, if you are willing to stay for some time, or even you have come here permanently as a family member and you want to start looking for a job, that's when you will go for medicals. And number two, you will go for fingerprints. If you qualify or you are fit to work, you will go for fingerprints, and they provide you with a residence ID. And then also you can now apply for a family residence permit card. That's when you will apply for a family resident permit card for you to be allowed to stay here as a family member. Okay, so there are documents required when applying, when doing the application, and that is what I'll be taking you guys through. So number one is complete the application form and download it online if you did online, or if you took yourself there, they will take you through that process. And number two, you should have a copy of your passport and the copy of your Qatar ID for both sides. Number three is passport copies of the family members that are coming. If they are coming here, if you're bringing your sister, if you're bringing your brother, if you're bringing your daughter, your son, your spouse, have their passport copies to attached on the application. You also, if you're bringing your spouse, you'll also be required to show the proof of your spouse. If it's a spouse, bring the marriage certificate, or if it's your kid, bring the birth certificate for children. And the birth certificate and the marriage certificate should be attested by the Qatar embassy in your country to show that it's legit, it's true. And the other thing, as a family member here applying for the visa, you will be required to show them the copy of Qatar ID or company's registration card. In this case, some companies, you might not, they don't want to be bothered for you to, when you're bringing your family member, you ask for their registration cards, and this is where you take your ID. Also, it's not all the time that you'll be required to show your to get your company's registration cards. So now go apply online with all that and attach everything that is required. Make sure that you have all that at hand when you're applying. So the cost of the visa, of the family visa, is 200 per person, and for the medical is 100 per person, and for the family residence permit is 500 per person per year. So now when you have gotten your visa and you want to travel, you will be required to have these documents. Be careful, make sure that you have them before you get to the airport, just so that you will not suffer at the airport. So make sure you have a passport, you the traveling person, and now you have a visa printout. The visa that you are sent, you print it out and have it at the airport. Have an ETERAS approval. You should download ETERAS to and fro flight, and a vaccination certificate. Now after the corona, we need to have a vaccination certificate for the 2 doses, and a negative PCR test. Even if you are vaccinated, you must have to show a PCR test for the last 72 hours. An acknowledgement form. We have travel insurance, that is the fund that you will be provided by the family member who is here, and also the hotel booking or the place that you'll be going to stay. All that will be given by your person who is inviting you here. So I hope this video explains everything, and now this is when I will attach the video that will show you guys step by step how to do it. Please kindly watch this video until the end, and you'll get the whole idea done practically. Okay, so yeah, I hope this video helps you guys. Until the next one.
Thinking all I did was wrong. Guess you got all you wanted. Yeah, I don't know why suddenly you're gone. You'll never be forgotten. Pretending no one is to blame. Too late to reignite our flame. How did I not see you running? How did I get behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run. How did I not see you running? How did I get behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me blind. How did I not see you running? How did I get behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me blind. In retrospect, I could have paid attention. I could have tried harder, been smarter. Deep water, I'd be drowned. I should have felt the tension. Overreacted and acted childish, impacted us all around. When you were pushing me away, I should have tried to give you space and get out of your way. How did I not see this coming? You leaving one day. Pretending no one is to blame. Too late to read.